Hi, it's time for Intuitive Moments with the Practical Intuitive. My name is Robin Fritz, and today I want to talk about loving on through grief. So, grief is a big thing that we all have to deal with in our life, and I deal with every week as an intuitive and spiritual consultant and certified past life regression specialist. So, what does it mean loving on through grief? This Thursday, March 8th, it will be 6 years since I had to say goodbye to my beloved soulmate dog, Murphy Brown, a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. I still miss her, I still grieve for her, but I am also not stuck in grief, right? And that's a problem I've seen lately in my practice, people who are stuck in grief. Now, it's not a question of judgment. There's no timetable on grief. Hi, thanks for joining in. There really is no timetable for grief, but there are things to look out for that will clue you in on needing to get a handle on grief. So as much as we love our beloved dead, they're gone, right? It's hard. We are in different realms now. Oh, awesome. Reading her, oops. Oh, yes, it is hard, and I'm so glad to see you here. Thanks for joining me today. Yes, we can and need, and we must move on from death. We must, both sides, the living and the dead, have to learn to move on without each other. It isn't easy. Life isn't easy. It wasn't carved out to be easy. But there are ways that we can honor our dead and ourselves and grieve and continue to move on. And that's a process that I call loving on. So I'd like you to consider thinking of grief as a process of loving on, not living on, loving on. Because we love our dead, we always will, and we choose to continue to love. And that means letting them go to explore the new realm that they're in, at the same time that we allow ourselves to move on without them and to explore the world without them. So yes, both sides are moving on alone. It's hard, but if we think about it as loving on, as to carry on our lives with love for them in our hearts and in our souls and our bodies and moving forward, then we continue to learn to put grief and death and loss in its proper place. It doesn't mean you forget. It means that you love, and we learn to love in a different way, and it's okay to let go and move on. Now, on Thursday, March 8th, I said it'll be 6 years since I said goodbye to Murphy. I still adore her, and I have her ashes. They're behind me on the second shelf, the ashes of all three of my kids, the family that I thought would be with me forever. Somehow, even though I do this work for a living, I never thought I'd lose them. And then one by one, every 2 years, all three were gone. But here's the thing, right? We can continue to celebrate them. So on Thursday, I'm going to celebrate Murphy, have a little ritual to honor her. And I know that she's going to pop in and she's going to say to me, "You promised to bury me on the first nice day of spring." To which I say, yes, I did. I did promise to bury you on the first nice day of spring. I just didn't say what year, right? So there it is. We find ways to love through grief, to love ourselves, to love our deceased loved ones, and to pick up and learn to love again. We may never have another animal. We may never have a human soulmate like we did for the ones we lost. But we won't know unless we try, and we won't know unless we allow our grief to help us move and to continue on. And the reason we get stuck in grief is that we aren't managing our energy correctly. And quick little plug here for my upcoming webinar, Learning to Manage Our Energy Boundaries. The links are there up on the broadcast page here. But learning to manage our energy boundaries is how we get through life as easily as possible, missing our loved ones, but being able to move on without them. It's all part of growing our souls in the bodies that we're here in right now, and it's okay. So in closing today, I'd like to thank you for joining me for this brief intuitive moment urge you to grieve your loved ones, yes, but to love on, to let them go, to explore their new realms, explore your new world without them. You know you can always connect with them in one way or another, but learn to love yourselves and learn to value the experiences you have and learn to manage your energy boundaries, to grow, to love yourselves first. That's the big thing. So again, my name is Robin Fritz. I'm an intuitive and spiritual consultant and certified past life regression specialist. I'm based in Seattle, Washington. I'm urging you to love your loved ones, living or dead, to know that any mistakes we make are okay. We learn from them too. And to go about the rest of your day knowing that you're loved and you're valued. You have a place in the world. The world needs you in it. The world needs you to be strong and healthy. If you have comments or questions, would like to work with me, check in at my website, Robin Fritz, or tag me here on Facebook on my business page. Thank you for joining me today. Take care.